There you go. How's that? Ooh, that's really loud. Sorry. Can you hear me now? No response. DSLR is up there. Yeah. I think that you can see it from there, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think this, let's see here. So this is my soldering iron, N64, phone, mouse, more soldering thing. This here, oh yeah, this is my DSLR, correct. That's probably what you meant before. Got it up there with a set up with a 100mm macro lens. So I figured that would get me nice and close to what I want to look at when I want to zoom in. Oh, right, I need to change the information on that page, huh? Shit. 1 second here. Go here. See if I can remember how to change my settings for my dashboard. Go here. Go here. This will be NESRGB mod. There. What do you think of them apples then? Let's get rid of that. There we go. Oops. And that should update that. Oh, bastard, didn't update it. It'll update it in a minute, I think. Oh. Fine. Let's see here. What have I got? Oh wow, I've got a handful of people here. Still setting up my dashboard stuff, apparently. Because I'm a dumbass. So, come on, update information. Let's see here, retro. Retro. Quad, no, retro. There we go. Do that one as well. I'll go back to here. Check out my channel. There we go. How's that working then? Why is that flashing? I don't know. That can't be good. I don't know. I'll stop it and start it again. Maybe that'll fix it. it's still going. Yeah, it looks like it started up again. Alright, cool. So that should be fine. And I'm going to start. Let's see here. I haven't put together all my tools yet. I was actually just getting my cameras set up properly. But let me go grab my stuff and I can start. Basic cleaning tools: isopropylene alcohol, and oh shit, what happened to my feed again? Fuck. It stopped again. Why did it stop? God damn it, piece of shit. I wonder if maybe it's getting too hot or something like that. Although I recorded my wedding with it, and that was a lot longer than a couple minutes. Oh, whatever. So, let's go ahead and start. Go ahead and record this as well. Blank. There we go. So let's go ahead and start off with removing the screws, taking a look inside the system. I just got this system from a local pawn shop about a week ago. I haven't opened it up yet. Bastard. Again. Ta-da! Set this over here. I'm actually going to have it facing me. So, as you can kind of see in this camera here, that it is very dirty. Just looking at it from this angle here, you can kind of tell, like, look, this corner here, it's like you can see the dust. Kind of, it's kind of hard to do. It's dusty as all fuck. Like, you can tell looking at my finger here. Well, whatever. It's pretty gross. Chat if you don't have it open. Okay. Let me open up my Twitch chat so I can actually see what people are saying. Probably how much I suck. Upping your streams game. Oh. Thanks, Mike. Cool. Oh, wow, so now we got 4 people watching. That's exciting. In the chat room. Alright, cool. So this is pretty dirty and gross. First thing to do though is definitely going to be to take everything out of the case. So we're going to zip out all these screws real quick. My ancient drill. This drill is used for one purpose, and that's removing screws from plastic cases, because it doesn't have the power to actually drill anything anymore. It's probably 10 plus years old. I got it from an electrician who had just bought a new DeWalt, and that was like 5 years ago, I think. It was old at that time too. Set the screws over here with these things. Not gonna need this stuff just yet, so I'll set that aside. Right here. Okay. Feels like I'm missing one. No, it's just a really tight fit there. So I'll take this. Here you can see, if it'll focus for a second. Woo. Come on, crappy camera, you can do it. Oh, I've got it set to where it won't zoom that close. So let me scooch it back a little bit. Well, okay, it's not going to work on that camera. Here, you can kind of tell all the dirt and grime and stuff that's on it. Here, it's kind of hard to see in the shadow. It's gross. Trust me on that. So now take out the screws that hold this thing. And by the way, I did test this Nintendo, and it works great. It does not have 2 of the screws it's supposed to have. That's interesting. So that makes me wonder if this system has been opened up before and maybe had the 72-pin connector replaced, because it was working fantastically when I tested it earlier. So the first thing we do is lift this up and pull out the tray delimobobber. Get over here. And pull this guy out, disconnect the wires. Let's see. There we go. Bottom shield off of there. And look at that. Oh, look at that. That's quite nice. So this is a NES CPU 007 revision. Woo. Focus. There it is, you can see it. Kind of. 007 revision. What I think is really cool about this particular Nintendo is these capacitors here, where my fingers are, that it's not focusing on again. Come on, any second now. There we go. These capacitors right here are usually sticking up, and on this one they're actually laying flat already, which makes it much easier to do the NESRGB mod, because I don't have to remove the capacitors, bend them, and put them back on, which is pretty cool. This has the the Mitsumi power supply / RF thingy. The other one I had was the alternate one, which is amps or something like that. You can see it's got, here's the CPU, here's the PPU. This will have to get folded over. This is going to come out of it, and we're going to put in the NESRGB board. Probably do that tomorrow night, depending on how long it takes for me to clean this sucker up. You can see a lot of grime and stuff here, dirt, and it's pretty disgusting, to be honest with you. I think it came from a smoker's household, because the controllers that came with it, when I opened the bag, it was smelly as fuck. You don't twitch enough without digital help. For now it's working. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Oh, possibly making fun of my earlier videos where I was referencing videos to help with making the mods earlier, but whatever. Yeah, so I'm going to take this out of the case. I'm going to remove these guys, which pretty easily, and then I'm just going to wash everything with clean water and isopropylene alcohol. because I want it to be clean and nice. So, that out. That out. Here. These guys out. Yeah, those are kind of nasty too, so I'll probably clean those out. Oh, okay, that's cool. I didn't realize that. And of course, the camera keeps cutting off. I'm not sure why that camera keeps shutting down. That's kind of irritating now. A second here. So here's the button contraption. And actually, when you see people who have modded the LED light, it's this here that they're modifying. When this unit comes out of here, you can actually just swap out the LED right there. It's just a standard LED light. So I'll get this guy working again. Oh, it looks like it's got no film left in it, or nothing left in it for, okay, so here you can see how close it's done. Come on, camera, you can do it. There we go, see? LED there. It's a standard LED that's inside a little plastic case to make it look brighter from certain angles. I might replace that with like a blue or green one, just for shits and giggles. Because why not, you know? Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll have to get a piece of paper so I can focus on things better. This thing keeps going to sleep because I can't record because the SD card is full. Whoopsies! It's a 32 gig SD card, so it should be fine for 8 hours. I don't know why it's full. Oh, whatever. I'll just keep touching the light for now. Keep going. That's pretty gross. This unit here, this unit here. This one actually is in pretty good condition. You can see it's pretty gray. It's not actually yellow or anything like that, which is good. I'm just gonna wash these in the sink real quick. I think, yeah, that'd be the easiest way to do it. really quickly, well, relatively quickly. More interested in cleaning the actual electronics because the plastic is super simple, you know. Get it wet, soak it through. And like I said, this guy isn't all that terribly dirty. Sometimes what I'll do is retro bright stuff with hydrogen peroxide and kind of set the oven to 160 degrees, soak it in some hydrogen peroxide, or put it in like a tray that has hydrogen peroxide filled in it, and put that into the oven for 30 to 45 minutes. Let it clean up quite nicely in there, but this does not need it at all. This is actually fairly dirty, in fact, I'd say, on the outside at least. The inside's pretty gross. Yeah. Off. We'll let it air dry before we actually put everything back together again. I just want to do a quick drying with the towel. I like to do that. Or water spots or something. I don't know. Ooh, yeah, still getting some crud out of it with paper towel, so apparently I didn't wash it very well. But, we all knew that already because I just basically got it wet, scrubbed it down really fast with a toothbrush, and then dried it out with paper towel. You can also use OxyClean or dish soap or whatever you want to clean it, or you can just go over it with a toothbrush and isopropylene alcohol. Does the same deal. And that is dead again, so we'll wake it up again. So this here is actually in pretty good condition. Doesn't look like it's terribly dirty at all, which is good. Yeah, this actually looks almost new, to be honest with you, so that's good. And this guy here is actually pretty gross, so with the isopropylene alcohol. Not necessary to clean this, granted, but might as well. Doesn't hurt anything to do a thorough cleaning of everything. Maybe I'll get a little drunk on the smell though, it's pretty strong. Grab paper towels to dry off. Actually, that one there is a 920. The reason it's got all the controls and stuff in the on that lens, on that camera there, is because that's my DSLR with the macro lens on it, and I can't seem to get it into recording mode. I've actually just got it hooked up to my capture card, so I can show things a little bit more up close. Cody, what are you doing? Dog's getting into shit. That's much cleaner. Much rounded, nicer. Okay, so put that there. Got these pieces too while we're at it. Why not? That's actually not that bad. Which isn't surprising because the exterior of the case was pretty clean. I'm thinking that the the pawn shop where I bought the Nintendo from must have cleaned the outside of the case. This here, this is going to need a little bit of work, I think. Nice if I had some electrical contact cleaner or something, maybe. Although I've read that that's mostly isopropylene alcohol anyways. But it's got something slightly caustic in it, I think, that helps to clean on its own without having to scrub as much. The main reason I would want that is to clean out like these pins in here. Go away. 1 second. Clear that. There we go. Same with this one here. So it's kind of hard to tell on camera at all, but if you look inside this guy, let's see if without having to go grab it. Yeah, I see you can't tell at all. Inside there's pins, and those pins are kind of dirty. You can tell because when you hold it at the right angle for the lighting, you can tell that there's black schmaltz on them. Schmaltz is a technical term. Let's try actually using a Q-tip and get in there a little bit and clear it off a bit better. That didn't really work too well. I guess that kind of works. Cleans off the tip of the connector at least. I don't really have anything else that I could use to get in that hole there, clean it properly, but as you can kind of tell, there's a bit of gross shit in there. Yeah. Stupid camera. I should probably get a remote for it. Ooh, actually I've got an app. I don't know how to set it up right now. There's an app for my DSLR that I can use to, or maybe I can change the shutdown, the automatic shut off for it perhaps. Yeah, let me check that real quick. Let's see here, where's the menu buttons? Oh, I can't see the menu buttons unless I can see the computer screen. That's obnoxious. Let's see. No, that's not it. This one here, maybe? Nope, that's not it. No, that's not it. Here, 1 second. Get a closer look at this. Oh, here's the menu button. And I should be able to change the timeout on it. Auto power off, 1 minute. I don't think that's what it's, oh, it might be what it's doing. Let's see. Adjust that, turn it down to disable. Let's see if that maybe fixes our problem here. Get rid of that information there. Oh, we don't need to be focused on that crud. We want to actually be looking at right about there, I think, right? Yeah, because that's where my hands are most of the time. So hopefully that'll turn off the thing turning itself off every couple minutes. Yeah, it's, you can kind of tell on this Q-tip. Let's see how well this. Actually, that's not going to work with that. We'll use this here as the background for it. So I'm going to flip this thing here to do up close and personal zoom. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not really working out so well. Woo. The camera's going way out of focus to try and find the focus. Come on. Stupid thing. Not important. Anyways, it's pretty, connectors are pretty dirty now, so that's what I've been cleaning. Let's see. That's quite a bit cleaner, not perfect, but cleaner. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's nice. Much better. Okay, cool. Throw that away. Get some more isopropylene on our toothbrush. And we'll start cleaning this unit here. The individual buttons themselves are pretty gross. Covered in soot, ash, dust, grunge, whatever you want to call it. Crap. Careful not to do too much on the actual letter words or whatever, because they're just painted on. And I found before that if you scrub with a isopropylene soaked toothbrush, it will actually scrub the ink right off the thing, and then you end up with less official looking, or like it's faded or something like that. That's not much fun. What I'm doing right now is I'm just cleaning off some sticky gunk that was on the bottom of this. It was honestly probably just excess flux from when they initially made it, because factories use no clean or something to that effect, and they don't bother cleaning it off because they don't need to. But it makes it kind of sticky and gross, so figured I might as well while I'm in here. Oh yeah, that's way cleaner. Look at that. Much better. Cool. That looks much nicer now. So let's take a look at this guy here. I'm gonna clean this shit piece first. Cleans off this shield quite nicely, actually. Let's see here. I want the toothbrush. I'll send it to you right away. Yes, I'll open up a store so you can buy on-screen props. This toothbrush here is the fancy kind you can get at Walgreens for 99 cents, or maybe it was Target. Medium bristle, so that way it's a little bit more stringent when you rub on things. I've actually got a soft bristled one over in my my junk box. That's clean now too. Now for this guy, let's see. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 72 pin connector off. Let's see. Yeah, it actually looks nice. It doesn't look like it's been messed with at all. So I don't know, maybe somebody replaced it, maybe they didn't. I don't know, it doesn't look like it's been refurbished or anything. I can't see any bent pins. I do plan on boiling this for 30 minutes, just in case, make sure it's still in good condition. I don't know why boiling it is supposed to work, but I found more evidence online that it does help than that it does not help. So I give it a try anyways. It doesn't hurt it, so why not, you know? Looking at these, the connectors here, they don't look terribly scratched up. They are dirty though, so I'm going to go ahead and clean them with the rag, not with the medium bristle toothbrush. I don't want to scratch up the plating that's on them. I read online that's a bad thing. Let's get that nice and clean with the isopropylene alcohol, let it do all the work. Scrub, scrub, scrub. And I'm not putting any pressure on this at all. I'm just going back and forth with my hand. Let's see here. And then on the bottom here, oh wow, they look pretty scuffed up on the bottom, so I'd say it looks like maybe that pin connector was in fact replaced like I thought. While it's not scratched to hell, it does look like it's been removed and added a couple of times, which when I opened up my childhood Nintendo and looked at it, you could clearly see that it had only been ever put on there and then taken off of there one time. You could see two scratches, one where it went on and one where it came off. This one's been done a few times, it looks like, potentially. Not a lot though, so that's good. It's not like someone was messing with it or monkeying with it at all. Just looks like it's probably, like I said, been replaced before, which is perfectly fine. Means it's probably not an original connector. Okay, so this one's that. That's I wonder if that was replaced. Looks like it's got some extra flux on this particular component here. So I wonder if that component was maybe replaced at some time. But all of this stuff looks really dirty along this edge here. I don't know if you can tell in the video at all. But it's, oh, not with the light reflecting off of it like that. But it's really pretty gross and dirty. And just a lot of dust and grime caked in here and over here. So you can tell the camera's focusing on that, but yeah, so take the toothbrush, just give it a little scrub to scrub. See if we can get rid of some of this grime that's built up over time. Okay, that rhymes. Oh, Jesus. Nice, guys. would hurt. Let's see here. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Scrub-a-dub-dub. I don't think you can hurt it with too much isopropylene alcohol, so whatever. And it eventually just evaporates, so just douse it in the stuff. Let it do its thing. Again, I'm not putting pressure on it or anything like that. I'm just scrubbing back and forth over the components. Agitating stuff to make sure it comes loose after the alcohol starts to eat into it. And I figure the bristles actually pick up, because I can see that the bristles on this toothbrush are starting to get kind of dirty. Dry it off a bit with the paper towel. See what we're left with. Yeah, that's way cleaner. Much better. Much nicer looking. Not that it matters much what it looks like on the inside, I suppose, but I feel like if it's cleaner, it's going to be good for longer, you know? You're not going to have as many issues with the components and stuff if it's clean. Don't have to worry about it overheating. You don't have to worry about it shorting. Like, dust can cause an electrical short. I read that online somewhere, and I was kind of surprised. Holy shit, that's unfortunate. Could you imagine? Let's see here, and then this actually would pop off of here, I believe. Ouch. Oh yeah, this guy here's got a lot of crap in it as well, so. Clean this bad boy up as well. I've read online that some people like to remove this whole box when doing an RGB mod because you don't actually need it anymore, because this system will run off of 5-volt DC power, and that's mostly what this thing does, is convert the 5-volt or convert 9-volt AC into 5-volt DC, and then it also houses the RF connector. Oops, there we go. The RF connector and the composite connectors, both of which you do not need anymore once you do the RGB mod. So you can actually remove this whole unit. Personally, I think that's kind of dumb. I would like to keep stuff as original as I can. It just makes more sense to me. That way you don't have to worry about, oh, do I have the right unit? Do I have the right connector? Blah, blah, blah. You can just look at it and say, oh, this is a Nintendo. It says to use this for the original Nintendo, so I'll use it. And you don't accidentally fry your motherboard because you didn't know any better, you know? Let's see here. So that's pretty clean now. This thing here actually will lift off somewhat, and you can pull it up to about here. I'll show you guys. I think you can see here. You can lift that up like that and see inside the component box the RF modulator. This one actually has very little inside of it. It's a fairly simple one, it looks like. Yep, looks pretty clean. I don't see any bulgy capacitors in there. That's the only thing I would really worry about, would be bulgy capacitors. I think there's only 2 capacitors in this though, maybe 3 that I can see. There's this one here, then there's one here, and maybe one here on the inside of this thing. And in order to get to these 2, you have to actually remove this one, and then you can kind of reach in there and grab the other ones with tweezers. I'm not going to bother with that though, because like I said, it was working perfectly fine. The unit didn't seem to have any issues when I tested it. So I'm under the assumption that the capacitors are actually A-OK. So we're just going to go ahead and close this box back up again. Let's see here. Yeah, that looks good. So now we've got this board pretty much cleaned up. Let's see if we can put this back together again without fucking it up. Where the hell did I have this? I bet this goes like that. Yes, that's it. Okay, cool. Oh no, I put it on too far off. So, that. There we go. Cool. So I just placed the unit back on it and popped it back on. So that's it for cleaning. Let's see here. Let's go grab the plastic pieces and make sure they're fully dried out. Oops. This thing's kind of irritating me. I want it to go a little bit more that way, I think. That's a little bit better. Yes, I like that much better. Okay, cool. So, try this bad boy off. Finish trying this one out. This one actually was pretty dirty inside here. Now it's quite a bit cleaner. So got a little bit of schmaltz inside there I didn't get, but that's okay. Doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. Like, who's going to look inside the case, you know? It bugs me if it's nasty. Let's throw that away. Cool. So let's put these guys back in here. I'm 99% sure it doesn't matter which one is controller 1 and which one's controller 2. They still get put back in, whatever, as long as they're facing upwards, you know. That's all there is to it. This piece here slips into place there, and this actually holds them in place. I don't have a tool on me. Don't have my screwdriver with me, so I'll just take this piece off here. Because it's plastic, we don't want to really drill back into it. And because it's plastic, it's basically pre-threaded. You can just go right back into the same holes. No difficulty whatsoever required. Just twists right in with 2 fingers, basically. Whoopsies. Cool. That, and then this guy here. Do we want to do a mod? Sure, why not? Let's see here. F5. Not recommended in any way, shape, or form, but I don't see why not. Industrial dishwasher, so it might melt everything, but you'll be fine. No, actually, seriously though, you could actually put these pieces into your dishwasher if you set it for cold, and just let the dishwasher clean it, because it's just literally plastic. Trying to decide if I want to go through the trouble of trying to mod this LED, remove the LED, because it's got a red LED in it by standard. Let's see, how difficult would this be to remove? I don't actually see how you remove it. Oh, I see these little tabs here that are holding it in place. So I'd take out those tabs. Possibly. Again, I don't have my multi-tool on me. That's annoying. So let's see what I'm doing. Check that out. So this guy here will pop right out of there. So if we wanted to, we could replace this guy. I think I might do that. I think I have a green LED upstairs. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna go check. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys choose. I've got a yellow LED and a green LED. What color should I put inside this Nintendo? Your choices. Come on. Focus on the hand. Jerk. Oh, there we go. Bastard, stop going away. Okay, that's dumb. I'm just gonna put it in front of this camera here because it can focus quickly. Yellow or green? Personally, I'm partial to. Let's see here. +1 for green. Green. Okay, cool. We'll use green. So, what you can do, the correct way to do this is to look at the connector there where it says which side is positive and which side is negative. You can kind of tell in the picture there, kind of not. I can never remember if the long side is positive or the long side is negative, so I just look at the actual diode inside of it and I make them both face the same direction. I figure that's close enough to knowing what you're doing. Whoops, dropped it. So let's go ahead and remove the old one. Heat up the old solder iron. That's already done heating up because I've got a super fast industrial soldering iron and it makes me happy. But I need flux. And solder. Wasn't expecting to actually do any soldering in this video. I was just going to clean, but whatever. Oh, wait. That's in flux. Move the old one. Come on. There we go. Come out of there nice and easy. I'll stick it back in there this way. Oh, whoops, you can't really see what I'm doing here. Let me show you on this camera here. I'm going to put some more flux on it just because you can never have too much. Shoes actually in the hole. There we go. Put this back here. Need to bend. I grabbed my multi-tool while I was upstairs too. So now we can bend this light to go. I see what I did there. I'm going to sit down so you guys can actually watch what I'm doing while I'm doing it. So what I'm doing here, just trying to get this stupid thing to line up. I think I've actually got a bit of solder stuck on one of the legs here. It's making it difficult. There we go. Bend this way. That. Why isn't it? Bastard. Should have just removed the solder probably rather than doing it the way I did it. Oh well. Learned for next time. Put that in the hole like that. That's nice, look at that. There we go. Then I'm going to go ahead and solder this into place so it doesn't go anywhere in the future. Make sure it makes a nice clean connection. So let's move this aside. Put this here so you can watch. CSD solder. Two nice little joints. It pops into there. I think that should be good. What's that? Activate movie showing. What happened there? Right, press the start stop button. There we go. Got that working again. I think it just timed out. Not sure why I disabled that, but whatever. Throw this away. Don't need it anymore. Let me put this back in the cap on there so the dog doesn't get it. So now we have a green LED inside our NES. Super cool. Well, don't forget to turn off your soldering iron when you're done with it, so that way the tip doesn't go bad. Especially in one that gets up as hot as this one does, as quickly as it does. You don't want to wear out the tips. Tips cost quite a bit of money, unfortunately. So, like the tips for mine are about 20 bucks a pop, which is obnoxious. But they supposedly last for a long time, so it's not all bad. Oh, sorry. It's cleaning off the excess flux. Then normally I go grab my wire clipper. Looks like I probably should go grab my wire clippers. These aren't clipping quite close enough. Grab my wire clippers. Like I said, I wasn't prepared to do soldering. Let's see here. Put that, flush cuts, yay. Yeah, I think that'll turn out good. Now, just place it back inside the hole where it originally came from. Line it up. And it's got little placement thingies that you pop it into to hold it in place. So, guides, that's the word I'm looking for. It's got little guide posts. So you just line up the guide posts and plug it in. And then you gotta find the screws. Again, we don't need the drill anymore because we're not taking screws out, we're just putting them in and they go back in the original. As you can see, 2 fingers, more than sufficient. That way we're not stripping out the plastic, because this is, let's face it, a 30-year-old console, so the plastic is probably starting to get a bit brittle. There's that. Now we have a clean console to work with when we start doing our RGB mod. The only thing left to do in prep is to boil the 72-pin connector, which I'm not going to make you guys watch me boil a connector because that's dumb. Long story short, fill a pot with water, put it on the oven on high until it starts to boil, then turn it down to medium, set the connector inside the water, time it for 30 minutes, take it out, dry it off, I swish it out, go in and out with the connector a whole bunch of times with a game cartridge to clear any crud that might be collecting along the, where are we? Right here. Along the inside of this. We want to take a cartridge and slide it in and out of the thing just to agitate the pins. Maybe wiggle it around, pull it out, push it in, wiggle it, pull it out, maybe 30, 40 times. Just to get all the crud out of it. Then I would take a toothbrush with isopropylene alcohol, go along the inside of it again, boil it for another 30 minutes just because why not? Get more of the crud out of it. All the stuff that you broke loose will come out of the connector then. If you have one that's not working, you do that and it still doesn't work, or it's only working intermittently, you can use a super high grit sandpaper. I do not recommend doing this. It destroys your connector. It will not work for much longer, but if you can't refurbish your connector, it'll get you at least working until you can get a new one, or buy the blinking light Win, which is the best alternative you can do. It's 30 bucks or something like that, and it makes it so these things don't matter anymore. But you can take like 1,000 grit sandpaper, something super duper fine, and just run it back and forth a couple times. I had to do that with one connector that I had. Like I said, it's not good for the connector. It destroys the plating on the inside of these things. But if it's so gunked up that it's not going to work no matter what, that actually can get it working for a couple of weeks until you can get in a replacement piece. yeah. So, anyways, put this guy back onto here. Like I said, this one is actually in pretty good condition. Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm going to boil it. So, anyways, that's all I've got for right now. I will see you guys with the next video.